Did your family ever treat you like an experiment? Mine did. When I was 11, I stopped being a daughter and started being a project. My parents weren't hunters or criminals, they were scientists. Respected ones. People clapped at their lectures and quoted their papers. To the world, they were pioneers in cognitive endurance. To me, they were just mom and dad. Until they decided I was the perfect subject. It started with small things. Keeping me awake for 36 hours to test brain response under sleep deprivation. I thought it was a weird family game. They told me it would make me resilient. Then it escalated. Ice baths. Days without solid food. Locking me in pitch-black rooms to observe how a child adapts to sensory deprivation. They took notes while I cried. They smiled when I stopped crying. They celebrated when I stopped asking to be let out, writing things like adaptation complete in their journals. By 13, I had electrodes glued to my scalp more often than I had hair clean. I went to school with scars on my arms from where they tested pain tolerance thresholds. Teachers asked questions. My parents answered with charm and perfect credentials. Nobody pushed back. After all, how could famous researchers abuse their child? At 14, I figured out the trick. If I wanted to survive, I had to stop being their subject and start being their observer. I memorized every lock code, every cabinet they thought I didn't notice. I kept a hidden notebook under a loose floorboard. While they measured my pulse and charted my screams, I was documenting them. The times, the dates, the equipment, the patterns. By 16, I could fast for a week without fainting. I could stay awake 4 days straight. My reflexes were sharp, my nerves dulled, my brain conditioned to survive environments no kid should ever know. But I wasn't broken. I was watching, waiting. The turning point came the night they brought strangers into our basement. Other researchers eager to see the experiment in action. They called me their resilient model. That was when I knew it would never stop unless I stopped it, so I staged my own trial. While they prepped electrodes, I malfunctioned. I screamed nonsense, bit wires, convulsed. They panicked, rushed to write down data, arguing over which variables caused the breakdown. While they argued, I slipped the recorder I'd hidden in my shirt pocket under the table, running, recording everything. That recording, paired with years of notes, became my weapon. I mailed copies to journalists, to child welfare, even to the board funding their research. The fallout was explosive. Grants revoked. Investigations launched. My parents, the stars of conference stages, suddenly dragged into courtrooms. They called me a liar, delusional, an ungrateful child who misunderstood tough love. But my notebook didn't lie. Neither did the audio of them discussing how long a child could scream before passing out. I didn't testify as their subject. I testified as their observer. Today, I'm 19. I'm in therapy, learning how to eat and sleep like a normal human being again. Sometimes the sound of a metronome makes my skin crawl, because they used one to measure focus endurance. Sometimes I wake up convinced I'm still in that locked black room. But then I remind myself, I'm free. And unlike them, I'm not an experiment. I'm the conclusion they never expected. Their creation turned against them.